Come along for a solo date in Vancouver. I'm finally back in the city and spent the most beautiful sunny day exploring Vancouver alone. From matcha to donuts and more, let's check out some local gems and soak in the gorgeous Vancouver views in this vlog. Alright, you guys, we got the strawberry milk matcha. I knew I was going to be in downtown today, and I asked a couple friends for matcha recommendations because you guys know I love a good matcha, and 2 different people said this place was a must try. This is my first time being back here in a year and a half in Vancouver. If you guys don't know, I'm originally from Vancouver and I moved away in 2019. I'm visiting for about a week, but today is the only day that I have fully to myself, so I can explore and have a little solo adventure and explore the city like a local or an ex-local. Also, as luck would have it, it's actually a beautiful day. If you guys don't know Vancouver, it is known to rain here quite a bit, which is one of the hardest parts for me personally. But because it's a beautiful sunny day, it's perfect because we're gonna do some walking, get some steps in, have a couple things I want to check out, so it's gonna be a good little solo adventure day. To kick things off, of course, my first stop had to be a local bookstore. I've actually never seen this little pop-up area the last times that I've been here, but I have been to this area before and it used to just be completely empty. The signs say it's called Junction and there's basically different shipping containers. I think it's similar to like if you've been to Toronto, the stacked market type of vibe where they'll do different vendors and there's also food there and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. I didn't actually realize that thing was there, but there's also like a little basketball court, which is kind of cute because the space wasn't being used anyway. But what I came here for is obviously one of the best parts of Vancouver is the scenery. I gotta say, of all the places in Canada to have mountains and the ocean literally in the same frame is kind of wild, and it is a view that I think I did not appreciate as much when I lived here. I will also say that it's not always this beautiful. If the weather was like this every day and it wasn't extremely expensive, I probably would consider living here, but neither of those things are true, so you know, visiting is also very nice. But if you're visiting and you want a nice scenic view and a pretty quiet area to chill out, maybe get a bite when the vendors are open, I would recommend stopping by here. And you also get a view of the Vancouver Tower. I'm gonna keep walking over that way, which is basically the more touristy area. The Vancouver Convention Center is basically just like down there. We're gonna head there in a second, but the convention center, my hair's in my mouth. The convention center is there. Canada Place is over there too, and also Flyover Canada, so it is a lot more touristy, but the views are very nice because it's basically just all surrounded by this gorgeous water.
It's alright.
I'm actually surprised it wasn't as busy as I thought it was going to be over by waterfront, but in the summer and on the weekends, very, very busy. It's like obviously where all the tourists would go. There was actually one cruise ship, so generally if there's a cruise ship or like something happening in the city, it does get pretty busy. Also though, it's a good place if you are thinking about doing a solo trip because there's a lot of tourists, so not a lot of people judging if you're by yourself. I was trying to take a picture of myself a few times, and bless the people there because they were super nice, but they kept offering to take photos from me, and I'm like, I just wanted a selfie, but that's okay. It was nice of them to offer. I'd love to know when you guys are traveling by yourselves, or if you're traveling with others and you want a photo taken, how do you get people to take your photo? Because I don't know how to give directions, and one of the guys took my phone and literally had it like, I don't even know. I'd never seen an angle like that before, but I'll put a picture of it on screen. It was shockingly abstract for the type of photo that I was expecting. Also, apparently, there's a sightseeing bus. I've never thought about going on one of those, but I feel like that would be such a cute thing to do if you've never ever been to Vancouver. Just to like hop on, hop off, you know? Okay, I don't know how, but I've absolutely lucked out today. Usually every other time that I've come here, like every other time, as long as I remember, this clock is absolutely jam-packed. And this is the famous Gastown steam clock. It does go off. People will literally stand here waiting for it to go off because it's just iconic. It is a little bit overhyped, if I'm being honest. Like, I probably won't stay here just to hear the clock turn. Gastown, as I just discovered today, is actually the birthplace of Vancouver. When I come to Gastown, I feel like it just has such a cute vibe to it, and it is really close to the waterfront area, so I literally just walked over and it took a few minutes. Of all the things to do in Gastown, I'd say the clock is probably the most notable thing that people come here for. A lot of tourist photos will be happening behind me, but also another iconic thing in Gastown is Lee's Donuts. I have been here once. It's actually been open for a few years, so it's not super new, but if you guys know me, I love a good donut, so we're gonna go get a Lee's donut because why the heck not? I ended up getting the matcha donut, and it is so freaking good. I actually feel like this is probably the best donut I've had in a really long time. And there's probably matcha crumbs all over my face. I don't actually care. After my little donut break, which was delicious, I continued wandering around the shops in Gastown. Super duper excited. We are at an udon spot. I am probably gonna butcher the name. I believe it's something like Marugame or Marugame, maybe. Let me know how badly I butchered that. I've been wanting to try this place because it's actually a chain that originated from Japan because it is udon and udon is Japanese, but I never got to try it when I was in Japan, so I've been waiting to try it. Okay, I'm definitely gonna get this all over my shirt, so. Literally, as I said it, look. This is why I do this, because I can't be trusted eating with a white shirt. The hair had to go up as I finished that udon because it was getting a little bit hot. It was pretty good. I'm glad that I got to try it. I do understand what my friend was saying about it not being amazing. It's still pretty good, but I would just manage expectations. I feel like this would be perfect to have as a chain that could be more accessible. And like, you know, sometimes when you just want soup noodles, I feel like udon is perfect for that. And they do have a good variety of different styles. So I like that aspect of it. But if you're around and you wanted to try it, this would be the only place to do so in Canada. So that's pretty cool. Before I came here, I was still in Gastown and I ended up getting a couple of things at Makers that I show you guys because I have a little bit of time to kill before our last activity, which I'll tell you guys about in a second. But basically, Makers is a chain. There's actually multiple locations of Makers in different parts of Canada. Like there's a couple in Alberta, but there's a few in Vancouver for sure. Basically, there would be a bunch of different vendors, small businesses that sell their things there. I had to get a couple things. One of them is from this little business called Opaque, but I got this little keychain and it's this acrylic art and it has little sparkles that I thought was really cute. I'm always a sucker for keychains. I also got a magnet because I've started collecting magnets. I don't know when I started collecting magnets, but it's become something that I like because it's like small and it's also a nice way to remember places that I've been. Not that I'm not coming back to Vancouver, but I just don't have a Vancouver magnet. That's everything that I got and I just thought it was really cute. It was a nice little browse. I am going to put this stuff away. I actually didn't finish the noodles. I don't want to be too full because I have one last activity tonight. We are going to a sauna and ice bath experience. I'm really excited because I saw this place opening in Vancouver. I've been wanting to try a new place because I was absolutely obsessed with this place in Toronto when I lived there, but I haven't found a place that I actually think I'll like as much except for this place. So this is called Kolm or Calm, something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we're gonna go there and it's about a 30-minute walk. The sun is still out. It's still beautiful outside. So we're gonna walk from here to that place and we're gonna cross the Cambie St bridge, which I haven't walked in years. So I'm pretty excited, but that's why I did not finish my udon because I don't want to be bursting when I'm in the sauna and like super full and uncomfortable when I'm a million degrees. So yeah. All right, but I'm glad that I got to try this, like I said. And if you're around and you like udon, I think it's still worth giving it a shot. That can't feel safe, right? Like, why would you ever want to live above nothing? That's crazy. This was actually the perfect day to go outside. That was such a stunning walk. Oh. Also, the area that I just walked past very briefly is Yaletown, which I didn't stop in anywhere there, but I am gonna try to go because like there's some nice cafes and stuff on one of the other days that I'm here. I don't think I actually explained fully what's going on, and sorry if you hear all the traffic in the background, but I'm gonna be here for a few more days. The reason that I took you guys along for this little solo day is because this was the only day that I really had to myself entirely, and I honestly feel like I've gotten so used to having time to just explore by myself. Even before YouTube, I always had enjoyed going on solo trips, and at first it was out of necessity because I didn't have people to go do things with, but then eventually I started to realize it's actually very enjoyable. As I started to make videos, of course I filmed them, and then I realized I had so much fun making the videos, which you guys have said you enjoy, especially when I'm going on these solo adventures. And there's nothing cooler than hearing from you guys that, oh, you inspired me to try to take a solo trip, or you inspired me to try to do more things by myself. And I know not everyone enjoys spending that much time by themselves, and you know, to each their own. Why am I out of breath? It's also funny, as I was filming, I was reflecting on how much I think I've changed when it comes to filming stuff. I got to a point where I was like, I actually don't really care what other people think of me right now. I'm never gonna stick the camera in other people's faces or like do anything that could get in someone's way intentionally, like maybe by accident, but I'll always try to give people space. And if I'm not bothering anybody, and I'm enjoying myself. I just have realized it doesn't matter. When I first started to try filming outside, I was very, very, very uncomfortable with it. And I think I will do a video more about filming in public and any tips and suggestions I have, because I don't know, it's hard not to think that you're being cringy. I get it. And I definitely am being a little bit cringy, but it's the subtle art of not giving a fuck. If you want to do something, it's not hurting anybody, it's not bothering anybody, go and do it. But yeah, sorry, I just like completely rambled on, but that was such a beautiful walk. We are almost at Kolm or whatever the hell it's called, and I'm super excited for this little class. Hopefully I got there. I'm running a little bit late, but we should be there in like 2 minutes. Turns out it is pronounced Kolm, just in case anyone's wondering. I did the sound therapy class, and all of their classes involved time in the sauna followed by an ice plunge. It was so relaxing, and I had the best time ever. Guys, that was so good. It's really quiet in this building. That was really, really good. I'm so glad that I went. Alright, you guys, I'm so glad that I went to that class. If you guys are in Vancouver and you're into breath work, you're into just mindfulness in general, I think saunas are amazing. It was the perfect thing to wrap up the day. There's a lot of like ice bath and sauna places popping up nowadays. If I'm gonna go to something like that, I'd rather have someone actually like coach me through the breath work and like talk you through it, because I feel like that's what makes those classes so special. So I don't know, let me know if you guys would ever try something like that. Obviously didn't come to Vancouver just to do that, but if you guys are in the city and you're looking to try something different, then I would suggest giving it a shot. I am now walking up Cambie. Oh, I forgot to say, very proud of myself for staying in the ice plunge for as long as I did. I actually did the full time, and I was honestly not very sure about it when I was in there, but it does something to you. I feel like it gives you that little pep in your step, you know? So I'm full of energy. I'm very happy. I'm very, very grateful, and I'm gonna get myself a little sweet treat to finish off the night. And what better way than to get a Vancouver special ice cream. Rain or shine never misses with their flavors. It's definitely one of a few well-loved ice cream chains from Vancouver, so I would highly recommend it, and I do think it's worth the wait. But that wraps up my solo day in Vancouver. I hope you all enjoyed coming along. Make sure to like this video if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next one.